First of all, I have to change my career into teaching to another profession. Later, I have to choose IT industry, but what is the domain I have to choose? I have no idea about it. For it's one-to-one mentorship.
Oh, okay.
Because that you are the only person. What is the experience of mine, and what is the past IT relevant experience do you have? You are already know that private institutions are pay very less salary for teachers.
Okay.
Amount of fees,
Okay.
and telling that what are the studies, what are the blueprints is they given, and if you have a join tonight or join tomorrow, if you have a concession for this fees.
Okay.
But nobody asks what is your past experience,
Okay.
and what is your age, what is your last profession.
Okay.
But ProITbridge does. Everything takes time now.
Okay.
So Python language also I have to prepare a more time. First of all, I have to congratulate your mentors.
Okay.
Because I have very silly mistake in Python language. At starting,
Okay.
I did very silly mistake. But mentors comes to my classes and told me this is a correction for you. You have to do. You try it. So that motivation gives me more power.
Okay.
I starting my career, I asked John sir, what is the placement offers me? Could you offer the placements after completion of course? This articulation skill is very useful, but my communication is very low. I know that in English my communication is very difficult for me. But at starting of my career, starting of my data scientist program, now I am okay.
Hello everyone, this is John, Data Science Career Transition Expert. Welcome you all to this conversation series with ProITbridge learners. And today we are having Mathiew, who's trying to get into the field of artificial intelligence and data science from teaching background. He's totally having 5+ years of mathematics teaching experience, and something he got a thought. There are a lot of experiences which he's having, so he's going to share it. And in case if you are also thinking to get a career into the field of IT from any teaching background, so this conversation is definitely going to be helpful for you. So please do not skip it and watch completely, so that whatever he's sharing, it is definitely going to be a life-changing experience for you. All right. So I know Mathiew personally and how he is learning with us, but I'm just taking him here so that you will all understand what is that experience that he's going through while learning. He has not placed yet, but I'm just trying to bring Mathiew here because everybody is talking about success stories, those who already got placed, but nobody is talking about what is the challenge that they are facing while learning. So that is why people, and you are also hearing that people are making a career into the field of IT from various backgrounds. But during the process, what is it something they are facing? What is the mindset that they are having? So that is what I wanted to bring it in the whole playlist what I've created. The conversation series. All right. So let's talk to Mathiew, and please stay tuned, relax, and enjoy the conversation. Hi, Mathiew. Welcome you here to this episode.
Yes, thank you, John. It's very pleasure to meet you.
Okay, thank you. So, Mathiew, one question I have for you.
Yes.
That is, I know what is your career journey. My first question to you is, why data science from teaching background you have chosen, and what is the experience that you're going through with this? You can just share.
Why data science means I have to choose an IT industry. First of all, I have to change my career into teaching to another profession. Later, I have to choose IT industry, but what is the domain I have to choose? I have no idea about it.
Okay.
So I heard about artificial intelligence and data science for that automation of. In my colleges also, there are so many automations are there. In our period of 2020 and 21, there are so many automations. So I have to choose this is the right path.
Okay.
And I know about that ProITbridge and who's John, my friend told me.
Okay.
So artificial intelligence is you are already know the sexiest job of after 5 years is data science and through to the artificial intelligence.
Okay.
So I chose it, and particularly I chose for ProITbridge for its one-to-one mentorship.
Oh, okay.
Because that you are the only person. What is the experience of mine, and what is the past IT relevant experience do you have? So that is one-to-one experience gave me a confidence to achieve this job.
Okay. All right. So that is good. So he already knows about it. And one point he just mentioned, if you could notice, that is in his teaching journey, in his colleges, he saw a lot of process got automated.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that is something where he experienced that and he understood the power of AI in 2021 and 2022, and then he just slowly thought of getting into this field. And genuine reason is he already mentioned that he is expecting a good salary too, and of course IT companies are paying that. So, but in case if you are having the right skills, definitely companies are ready to pay, and that's what I talked to Mathiew before he chose this particular path. So it's good that you mentioned that.
Yes, that is also only reason, because you are already know that private institutions are pay very less salary for teachers.
Okay.
So I have to add on the work to accomplish my home remedies. So I want to switch my career for main reason is my salary.
Okay.
And then I have to choose that artificial intelligence and data sciences for the automation. All the department have automations.
Okay.
So I have to choose this.
All right, wonderful. See, genuine point, right? Even most of the people, even I also made a career transition from EC background.
Okay.
Why not EC? Why into IT? Because of salary.
Yes.
So salary is something which need to be outspoken.
Yes.
All right. So which it is something mandatory for everybody. So it is not like, oh hey, only for salary you are getting into IT. No, this is something we are getting paid for so that we will be happy. So based on us, there are a lot of dependents like our family, like our kids, wife, right?
Yes.
So we also need to take care of them. So for that, salary plays a very crucial role.
Yes.
So in case if you are getting less salary, in case of salary, if you're keeping in mind, if you are thinking, okay, I want a IT salary, IT guys are getting more salary, how long do you keep thinking?
Yes.
You need to put it in practice. You need to try out.
Yes.
Right? So thinking doesn't work. Try out and put your hands into it. So whether it works or not, but you're trying. You're showing some improvement. So in that pace you're right now. It's good that you talked with me and you just chose this and you are in this particular process. So in case if you're also thinking that IT guys are getting paid well, or when I will be getting thinking. You can think, but to a certain extent. After that, you need to put it into practice, like Mathiew did. And he's also mentioned about one-to-one mentorship. Yes, of course, he's... so can you just talk about how you're experiencing that one-to-one mentorship and from when you started learning, where exactly you're right now, so that it will be helpful for all of us?
Yes, firstly, I choose to study data science and artificial intelligence. There are so many platforms in online, but I have to choose ProITbridge. Was I have a personal call with John, and I tell my stories, past experience. He told me, if you have a guts to learn, then you have to learn. So I have to choose this because no platform is call for me for one-to-one mentorship, or I have to respond to only person. It is a calling from a working person.
Okay.
They are not
Mentors.
mentors. So he will. They will call me as telling the amount of fees, and telling that what are the studies, what are the blueprints is they given, and if you have a join tonight or join tomorrow, if you have a concession for this fees. But nobody asks what is your past experience, and what is your age, what is your last profession. But ProITbridge does. So I have to choose this. First and foremost call. Then I have to realize I come from non-IT background. So I have to realize there is no coding knowledge in it. But I have to ask you. You mentioned that. You told me you have to come with zero coding knowledge, but you have to prepare that coding. You have to study Python. And then you have to learn machine learning. And now a few years back, a few days before, I just jump into the deep learning. I just complete my project, movie recommendation. So these are all help me to learn something new. So you have to strive for success. You have to learn more.
All right. Wonderful. Good statement. So See, he is also facing a lot of challenges while scripting. So, what is the challenge? As you already mentioned, right? So, you
Yes.
completed one project, right? So, just let's talk about the challenges. So, let's say coding.
Okay.
So, you are also from completely non-IT background, zero coding. So, from day one till now, how you are seeing yourself with respect to coding?
Yes, John. From the day one, I used Python. Is very difficult for me, and then I used more and more practicals and mentorships gives. It is very easy to me. Everything takes time now. So Python language also I have to prepare a more time because I have to use only 2 hours in a day to use Python, 12 hours in a Python. But later I have to use 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. It accomplish my projects. Now I completed machine learning project, movie recommendation project. While using Python, it's very useful for me. When it comes to my mind, it's very useful. I have to learn more about that Python. Yes.
All right. So one thing he said rightly, that is Python programming. Before starting it up, you might be having the impression that coding is very difficult. But before you step onto anything, it will seem difficult, right? Let's say Mathiew is a good dancer. I just want to mention, I know my dance, what is his strength. So he's a good dancer. A lot of times, even I have seen Mathiew, even though he's my learner, I've seen him danced in many show or perform on stage. I was also thinking, I want to dance like Mathiew. But if I want to dance like Mathiew, that is my thought process, right?
Yes.
But I need to come to you,
Yes.
stay with you, take some test, go back home, practice.
Yes.
It won't come overnight, right?
Yes.
So in a similar way, learning a programming also anybody can do. It's just that first they need to come and see, and they need to go back. It will take lot of time initially. But over the period of time, when I'm learning dance from you, eventually I will just take up the steps very quickly. Right? The same thing. Learning any skills, it is like that. When you say things, it might seem difficult. Right? But when you are stepping into the things, when you're working on it, slowly things will fall in place. So that is the same story what I'm able to hear from you. Right? So day one you found it very much difficult, but slowly, even though there is a difficult, but it is not like that before, like what you've experienced before. So now you're slowly progressing, and again, challenge is something never changes. Right? So with respect to scripting also, so 1 month before you faced some other challenge, but you evolved, right? So you just came across that, and now you're facing another challenge, but you're just in the process. So that is something really, really great, good to know that you're not leaving the process in this particular process. Right. And the next question to you is nothing but, as you completed this machine learning projects, it's been like long time. You're also in the teaching journey, right? So how is the teaching experience whenever the mentors are teaching you?
From ProITbridge.
Yeah, from ProITbridge. So how is the teaching experience? Were you able to ask the question openly to the mentors? So how they are treating you in the session when it is an online call?
First of all, I have to congratulate your mentors because I have very silly mistake in Python language at starting. I did very silly mistake, but mentors comes to my classes and told me this is a correction for you, you have to do, you try it. So that motivation gives me more power. And I learned something new. Now I'm not afraid for learn Python because it's very useful for my project. So I want to know more about Python, more about libraries about Python. It's for reason is only your mentors. Because mentorship is after few classes you have a silly mistake, they told me, but in ProITbridge, they never told me it's not a silly mistake. You have to done well. You have to share your screen, and I'll correct that. So it's very useful for me. It's the main reason for learn continuously data scientist course.
Wonderful. So why I asked this particular question, let me mention. During the learning process, even I was also coming from a non-IT background, right? After a particular stage, if I'm making any mistakes, I will be afraid to ask my questions. Like in our college days, right? So whenever professors are teaching, we will be so much afraid to ask questions, right? So that kind of experience is something I have already faced. Maybe you might have already faced in your college days, right? So that is not something which I wanted to give to my learners. So feel free to ask even a silly question. So I think you also address that. Mentors who is training you, they are also taking it very good and also helping you to understand, which is which is good to hear. So, and also I've been also hearing that you're also making good progress in your learning phase too. So now you're into this deep learning concepts, right? So so what is that guidance towards your portfolio building or towards a job? Are we supporting you in any way? So can you just talk
Yes,
about
it's definitely. I starting my career. I asked John sir, what is the placement offers me? Could you offer the placements after completion? Of course, definitely I offer you. In starting of resume building, and starting off you have to post that resume in Naukri and LinkedIn, any other platform. They are follow me. Even as keyword also they insist me. In the keyword you have to use in the resume. So these are all is very minute mistakes they told me, because I don't know what are the companies are do, but ProITbridge even they are correct myself to do next step.
Okay, wonderful. So see, this is what he's talking about, the placement assistance and everything. That is good. So we help you to prepare your resume. Even a small alignment issues or the placement issues, content, everything we would try to help you. Or we try to bring the best from one particular person. So that is why we call it as one-to-one mentorship until you get placed. And also with respect to explanation. So how we need to explain some concepts. That is also something we are helping of. Can you just tell something which you recently faced about articulation skills?
Yes. You are all see that this articulation skill is very useful.
Okay.
But my communication is very low. I know that in English my communication is very difficult for me. But at starting of my career, starting of my data scientist program, now I am okay.
Okay.
Because I have to face the camera and talking to the John sir. So it's uplift from the bottom.
Okay.
So I hope that at last of my program, I articulating skill is very high. I think I have to definitely I speak well, and I have a confidence to speak another person.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So it's good point he mentioned. See this even throughout the conversation. If you're watching, you all know that how he's trying to frame some words. So it's not like always success story outside. I'm trying to bring this kind of personalities in front of you because I know the fact that most of you who are watching this are going through the same experience. Articulation skills, how to speak to another person. So Mathiew is first time coming and sitting in front of the camera and talking like this. But see how he's confident in talking, right? So that is something which it's something coming from within, that is from himself, and we are just a tool, just giving him that you can make it all right. And also we are just helping him for explaining about himself or for explaining about an algorithm or a project, how he can just explain better. We are sending him an audio note, he's practicing it, and he's willing to do. All right, everybody is not born expert. Everybody is becoming expert. During that particular process, who's traveling with you, the right mentor, if you get it until you get placed, that is really, really good for you. All right. So that is what I wanted to emphasize here, that even though he's struggling in communication, he's trying to convey, he's trying. So that is something, Mathiew, definitely it will help you to land up in the position what you actually wanted.
Yes.
So is there any last point that you wanted to share to anybody who wanted to pick up data science from any background, or what is the final message that you wanted to convey and end this conversation?
My advice is to learners is if you want to do something new, if you wanted to learn something new, you have to do now. Because I'll choose a data scientist program, I'll choose a data scientist post. I'll thinking about 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
Now you have to ask me that 3 to 4 months is lost for me. So can I start up with starting of this year? Now I am complete this course.
Okay.
So you have to do something. You have to try now.
Okay. Try it now, don't doodle. I would also like to add one more word.
Okay.
Try it now, don't doodle. Doodle meaning keep on digging. All right. What is that? So is this the right place? Is that the right place? Doodle for quite a while, maybe 1 or 2 days. But prolonged duration will end up nowhere. Like Mathiew has that is also a learning point. 3 to 4 months he spent only for digging more.
Yes.
Right? So digging more and got deviated whether to do it or not. But if he has put in that particular time, he would have completed it. Maybe I would have been with him So for other portfolio building, and he might have gone for some interviews by this time also. So that is a final learning point. So that thanks for that message, Mathiew.
Yes.
And I hope this whole conversation helped you to act now immediately in case if you're wanting to get into the field of IT with the help of data science. Don't doodle much, don't think much, just give a call to me. The number, it will be given in the description box. You can just give a call to us so that we can try to understand one person what is your professional background, and we will help you to understand whether this path will suit you or not. And then you can just try to decide whether to take up this data science or not just completely because of what is the content, what is the course fee and the thing. So try to understand whether this will suit you or not, and then jump into this particular path. All right. And thanks, Mathiew. It was really good talking to you.
Thank you.
So this whole struggle experience, whatever you shared, I think this is something most of the people are also going through. And I really wish you a great success that I want you to be a part of in the next playlist in the next 4 months, that you'll become a data scientist. All right. And we will again talk, and we will share some experiences with your professional background in case if you already started working in any companies. All right? I really wish you the best career success in the future days. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching this entire episode. I think this entire conversation was so much helpful to you all. So we'll meet again in the next video with some other learner and their struggle experiences. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.